They told me I would never amount to anything, that I was lost and that there was no hope for me. They said my life had no meaning and that I'd never make it out of my town. Well, I'm here to tell you something. I am limitless. I grew up in a small town in the middle of nowhere. It was so boring there that even the wind blew past. Most people in our town lived lives that were as predictable as the sunrise. And I started to believe that my life would be the same. But one day I realized I didn't want to just exist. I wanted more, so I made a decision to change everything. It wasn't easy though. I felt like I was an alien in my own town. Like I didn't belong there. Everyone thought I was crazy. My friends said I'd never succeed and my family didn't understand why I wanted more than what they had. I could feel their disappointment in every word they said. They tried to hold me back, but I knew that if I gave up, I'd regret it for the rest of my life. So I left home. I left everything I knew behind. I moved to a big city and got a job. I was making good money and I loved what I did. But after a while, I started to feel lonely. I missed my family and friends. And most of all, I missed the familiar streets and the comforting sound of silence. It was too loud and too busy in the city. That's when I discovered the mountains. The first time I saw them, I felt like I was home. There was something about the quiet solitude of the mountains that made me feel at peace. I started going on hikes, and the more I explored, the more I realized that I wasn't lost. I was found. The mountains gave me a sense of direction, a sense of purpose. And that is when I learned that being lost can sometimes lead us to where we were supposed to be. One day while I was hiking, I met an old man. He was sitting on a rock taking in the view, and I sat down next to him. We talked for hours about life and he shared some wisdom with me. He said that sometimes we have to get lost in order to find ourselves. And other times we have to lose ourselves in order to find our way back home. I thought about his words and realized that he was right. I had to get lost in order to find my passion. And now I was losing myself in the mountains to find my way back home. You see, getting lost doesn't always mean being stuck in the wrong place. Sometimes it means discovering new places and finding ourselves along the way. When I was lost in the city, I was searching for something I didn't know I already had. When I was lost in the mountains, I was finding something I had lost. Getting lost can lead us to where we need to be, but it's up to us to find our way. We have the power to create our own paths in life. We can choose to follow the beaten track, or we can go off the beaten path. There's a quote that says, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step." Well, the same is true for our personal growth. We can't grow if we don't take the first step. We have to be willing to get lost in order to find our way. So I encourage you to explore, to get lost and to find your way. Don't be afraid to take the first step, because the journey of 1,000 miles begins with just one step. I've been lost and I've been found. I've traveled the world and I've come home. And through it all, I've learned that being lost isn't always a bad thing. Sometimes it's exactly where we need to be. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring content. Have a great day.